know how someone could do that. I genuinely don't know. That's surprising to me. I can't live in a van. It's too cramped for me. Well, I probably could, actually. Never mind. I probably could. That's really all I have to say. Link in the description for Cineview 2. I'll upload this. Right now we are live, and I'll upload this all on stream. And we might get to the SML Marvin one eventually. 3, 2, 1.
Kids sleeping on the floor, pets held in tiny cages,
what?
And this entire bathroom for a family of 5. Add some
what privacy do you get? You have to like curl yourself into like a bowling ball to get privacy?
This entire bathroom for a family of
There's
5.
no privacy in there.
Add some teenagers who can't fit, children calling their beds coffins, and you're still just scratching the surface of the worst van life TikTokers. Take for example Red, White and Bethune. They gained 11.4 million views by showing how terribly unspacious their kids' beds were.
Wow. Okay.
This should be
at least it's strong enough to hold them.
Legal. Those kids are gonna suffer in that space, man. To make matters worse, the beds had rock climbing holds instead of a ladder, which their daughter almost fell from whilst trying to show they were easy to use.
So Molly's gonna demonstrate getting in the bunk and show you just how easy it is.
How will they get down in the
yeah, like, the thing is, what if they have a problem and they need to get down? Like,
middle of the
how does that make any
night when it's
sense?
dark and they want to use the restroom urgently? What if they fall and hit their head? These so-called bunk beds were actually just shelves, yet the family still defended them as being spacious. At the same time, get this.
The only thing that they really are strong enough to hold him.
The parents have a king-size bed.
The reason why we put a king-size bed in our bus is because it's our lounging area.
As well as a massive desk for editing TikToks, forcing the kids to do their schoolwork on a tiny kitchen table.
To be fair, as a person like me, I would want to minimalize sleeping quarters as much as I could. To be honest, I'm thinking of getting a Japanese, like, bed rug, you know, like the ones that you fold up and then, like, you lay down on the floor that you can sleep on. I was thinking of getting one of those. I was really thinking of getting one of those, but for kids, no.
If they don't help out with the van, the kids are punished publicly.
Last night, Molly chose not to do her chores, and if our kids don't do their chores, they have consequences.
Which the parents still defended even after heavy criticism.
Family channels are never going to be successful, and the main reason is because people have different opinions on how to raise your kids, how to be in your life. Like, family channels are never going to be successful.
Yes, our kids have consequences.
Never.
Yes, if they don't do the chores, they're gonna have to pay.
And to the trolls, keep on talking shit, and I'm gonna keep on posting. See you guys on your For You page.
But wait, it still gets worse. Everything we've shown so far is in this bus here, yet they also have a van to take on holidays, which has even less space than the bus.
Come take a peek inside and see what we've done.
The van doesn't have a bed for everyone, meaning one of the kids sleeps on this leather chair. Maybe there'd be a bit more space if they didn't own 4 massive dogs, which are shoved in a tiny cage below the bed, yet they still have more space than the toilet. It's covered by nothing but a thin fabric sheet and sits right in the middle of where everybody lives. They call
Pretty much that describes that scene. Imagine coming out of there after dumping a big load. There's no ventilation, alright? There's no window. You can't just like let all the air just breeze out of here. You are absolutely going to stink up the whole van. That is so wrong. That is so wrong.
Meaning when the kids get tired of living in the first van, they're blessed with a trip in an even smaller one. Family of Nomads doesn't have this problem. In fact, they first went viral for how much space they had, leading to comments such as, "I don't understand why y'all don't just buy an apartment. It's way cheaper than this." People came to their defense stating, there is literally no reason to be mad at this, except for maybe how their kids were living. They'd show their room in this TikTok, with the most notable part being that their eldest Addison was a 15-year-old teenager. You should ask your daughter how she feels that she has no privacy. At an age like hers, I'm sure she wants her privacy.
To be fair, I had no privacy when neither as well, and we need privacy. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing to be fair about in this situation.
Hates you. Just because this RV is nice,
Addison hates you hard.
Clothes, it's no way to live. I'm sure the teenager would love to have privacy. Get her a curtain or something. Well, the family did exactly this.
Oh, okay, so they acknowledged their wrongdoing, gave her a curtain. This is also hers too?
We did install these curtains over each of their bunks so they have a little bit of privacy.
But it was still just one of many other problems. The kids were in a...
The thing is, caving into the internet like this is only going to make everything you do a problem. Next thing you know, the kitchen sink is not deep enough. The roof are not high enough. It's not spacious enough to walk through. It's like it's not strong enough to support your weight. Like there's always gonna be problems like this if you cave to the internet. The curtains, you could have just quietly installed them, and it would have been like, yeah, they're just there.
A homeschool program.
I put them because I actually thought of giving my kid privacy.
Yet it seemed most of their education was just walking through national parks where the parents thought they'd learn about life.
What?
Our lives are one gigantic field trip, and so a lot of what the kids do is by learning from experience. So for example, today we went to a national park and they completed the junior ranger program, and it's incredibly educational. They're learning history from visiting different places around the country.
Yeah, I'm no parent, but I think education is key to getting accepted in a lot of things in society. If you want to get a job in the future, see, what these parents are doing are doing things that they would want to do. Not doing things what their kids need to do, like get an education. What if they need to get a job in the future? You know, it's not so much to get a high school diploma, is it? A GED, like something like that? Online classes? This is basically child abuse. I'm not even arguing. This is basically child abuse.
We're not going out exploring. They do a traditional homeschool curriculum, and then the days that we're exploring, we still count those as school as well.
So they just learn US history? Lol, when they go to college, they'll be in for a shock. Oof, that's scary. There's a reason schools aren't one giant field trip, and this is a very good point. Schools are for more than simply learning subjects. They help build social circles and prepare kids for a disciplined way of life, both of which are neglected when strolling around the country.
I agree with that. I honestly, the education part of school, I don't understand, but the routine in which you're going to school, waking up in the morning, going to school, coming back, maybe having to do homework, doing it all over again, having 2 days off. It's like, you know, you want to get a job after school, but yet you quite literally can't wake up to go to school. Like, huh? You complain about waking up to go to school, but yet you want a job. I bet you that like little attitude will change pretty fast, wouldn't it?
But the kids did have other challenges, like cleaning out the rat cage that stunk out the van.
We live in a camper and our three kids have 3 pet rats, and I would be absolutely lying to you if I said that it does not smell bad. Usually it's the kids' job to clean the rat cage, but about once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it, and it just gets really gross.
As well as collecting firewood, as seen in Addison's day in the life. Yet people were still convinced she's gonna run away at 16, yet the mother went on to state, I honestly don't know a single unhappy RV kid.
It's because they're rare. I mean, the thing is, a unhappy RV kid almost doesn't really exist because they're rare. And most people who do van life don't usually do it with kids. I mean, yeah, the previous one, yeah, did it with a kid. And I bet you everyone in here is going to have kids. But, like, most of them usually don't do it without kids. Because the reason why, there's more responsibility. There's more of, I have to enroll them in school. I have to make sure they're medically checked in a hospital. I have to make sure that the area that they're in is, you know, secure and safe for them. Like, you know, usually when you're doing this by yourself, you don't have to worry about anybody else. You have no other responsibility.
Even post the following TikTok to try and convince the audience.
A lot of people ask us if the kids actually enjoy traveling full time and living in the camper, and I will have to say that while we were at the RV show in Tampa this week, Grace and Addison both went around and looked at campers because their plan is when they move out, they want to live in a camper together and travel the country.
Until another video told a different story.
Addison has struggled with their mental health for many years. Addison is currently back in treatment and won't be in our content during this time. To protect Addison during this time, we would like to ask for privacy on this matter.
Perhaps the daughter was...
So it sounds logical to announce it on social media, which social media already hates you for the fact you gave your kid no social life and no education. Like, it's not like you need one of them. No, you need all of them. You need them to have a social life. You need them to have an education. You need them to make decisions on their own. You're practically making them live in a cramped environment with no privacy and are expecting them to have, like, what, a college grade education by learning some basic US history and monuments.
Happy for a totally different reason, yet there was still more evidence that she despised the van.
For Addison's 15th birthday, the only thing they wanted was to go to a hotel.
The video has since been deleted, although after arriving at their hotel. Twice Addison mentions liking doors in the video, a hint at them having less privacy in the camper. With conflicting messages about Addison's happiness, people commented, "I can't wait for this gen of van kids to grow up and share their thoughts with the world," although this had happened much sooner than expected. On the r/offmychest subreddit, an anonymous account made the following post: "I'm a teen in a full-time RV living vlogging family, and I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate being homeschooled. I hate not being able to maintain a social life. I hate having so little privacy. I hate having to pretend to be happy with this. We travel full-time. I know, it sounds like a dream. I thought so too, but it's an effing nightmare. I just want a private normal life, but no. They had to ruin it with their crunchy way of parenting. It's all fake, by the way. Not what I meant when I said I wanted to take up acting. I'm frustrated all the time. I'm tired all the time. I'm bored all the time. Please stop supporting these channels. Stop buying into it. It's ruined my life and I can't say anything about it." In comments, the poster clarified, "I'm between 15 and 17 years old, and they were the oldest of 3 siblings," hinting it was Addison from Family of Nomads.
That's a pretty good connection.
Who the poster was has never been confirmed.
But honestly, not confirming your age while making that original post is going to make it difficult, because you can argue that it's really easy to just know the situation with Addison and just match her situation.
Yet only a couple of months later, the family announced they were instead buying a house. Family of Nomads recently quit van life. Their kids seemed the happiest they'd ever been, while the parents...
One moment. Give me one moment. Oh, might want to invite Damien back, by the way.
Parents were in tears as the RV was stored away. The eldest daughter has since vanished from the videos, with an unrelated comment summarizing what van life's like for kids. "RV kid here. Let me tell you, RV is hell for children. I've been living in a camper with my 3 brothers and parents, and these past 2 years have been an absolute detriment to my mental health. Yes, it's an amazing opportunity I've been given to have seen all the places that I have, but I cannot recall a single positive experience anywhere I've been. I receive little to no education, and I'm scared I won't be able to pass my GED. I'll probably be repeating high school once I turn 18. The Happy Caravan, however, clearly ignored this warning. They began by documenting their life as a family of 12, and were mostly
a family of 12 in an RV?
Liked by the audience until
let me live my dream, not my kid's dream, you know?
revealing they lived in a tiny apartment. Is that legal? Having so many in a 2-bedroom? Why would you make the choice?
I 100% bet you right now, half the kids are living in the living room, half the kids are living in the other room. One room, automatically to the parents. I already bet it. I bet it.
But
I
not
bet
be
it.
able to provide them sufficient room/space, although their holiday setup was somehow even worse. They'd fit the entire family into one single Airstream, gaining 12 million views by showing how they slept. The 3 daughters were on a table converted to a bed, while another 2 slept below their brother, who was sleeping in a bunk. A different brother slept on the couch, the baby in its cot, and of course the 2 parents had their own massive bed.
Told you.
So what about the last 2 kids? Well, they got to sleep directly on the
floor.
hardwood, described as not perfect but more comfy than a tent. You have 2 kids sleeping on the floor just for vacation and we mix it up. In our YouTube video, Dad is on the floor, which by doing some digging was seemingly true. Hilariously, after being criticized, the parents magically found Enoch a blow-up mat in the closet, but for the most part the family isn't all that bad, especially compared to wild family life. They've been called the most hated van life family on TikTok, mainly for their bizarre family dynamic. The page is run by mother Nadine, who lives in a van with her 3 kids, along with both her ex-husband and her new
What the hell?
boyfriend, who she refers to as a homeless junkie she met on the streets. According to her TikToks, they're not polygamous but live together in harmony, being able to do so because they have the biggest front yard. The criticism, however, always extends to the kids. They call their education program homeschooling, world schooling, travel schooling, adding they help whenever necessary, but they don't follow any official program.
Technically, I don't follow any curriculum, but we have this app my kids learning with. They set their times each day. They do that.
So you have a homeless bun, which you described on the street. That could be a joke, so I'm gonna just call him a homeless bun. You have your ex-husband. You have your kids, all living in the van. You don't give them an education. I'm pretty sure they don't have a social life. And you practically, I'm going to just say this right now, control every aspect of their lives.
By themselves, there's nothing I have to do.
Help them if needed explains everything. Doomed to fail. They'd respond to the hate with the world's most hippie message.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Adding their kids are extremely satisfied with the life that they're living.
People think, oh, poor children, poor children. But trust me, my children, they wake up with a smile in their face. They go to bed with a smile in their face.
Yet it's perfect to finish with this comment here. When I was a child, I would have been very happy to eat nothing but candy and potato chips all day. But my mother did not let me because she knew better. It's a parent's job to do what's best for their children, not just what makes them happy.
That pretty much sums up, you know, this entire argument. Van life videos with kids are never going to go well. They are very insulting to actual parents who try, expecting to put kids inside vans and expecting them to cater to what you believe in. I don't like van life videos. I always said that right now. Well, I never always said that. I'm starting to say it now. I don't like van life videos. I never liked the family channels to begin with, neither. I don't like those family channels. They were never my taste. Anyways, that's NV2. Bye.